she had exactly 47 minutes to find a man who would pretend to love her, and she had just asked the most dangerous man in the whole land. Ellara did not know that yet. She could not have known it. She stood inside a busy tavern. Ale had spilled on her old dress. Desperation felt like something sharp grabbing at her throat. The stranger sat at a table in the corner. He looked like any other traveler. He wore a dark hood pulled low over his head. His broad shoulders leaned over a cup of wine that he had not touched. He seemed like just another man passing through the small border village of Thornwood, on his way to more important places. But when Ellara walked up to him, his eyes lifted. They were silver gray and as sharp as winter moonlight. That look should have warned her. Some wolves do not need to show their teeth to be very dangerous. "I need a favor," she said. Her voice sounded steadier than she felt inside. "It is a big favor, and I can pay you." The stranger's mouth curved a little. It was not exactly a smile. It felt more dangerous than a smile. "I am listening," he replied. Ellara took a breath. "My former betrothed is coming tonight with his new wife. He is coming to collect the dowry my father still owes his family. It is 300 gold pieces, and we do not have the money. But if I am already claimed by someone else, if I am already bonded, then the old contract becomes void. His family will have no hold over us." She lifted her chin high. She did not want him to see how much this hurt her pride. "I need a fake boyfriend, a pretend mate. Just for one night, just long enough to make him believe I have moved on." The stranger leaned back in his chair. Something changed in the shadows under his hood. There was a glint of amusement and interest in his eyes. "You are asking me to lie to a nobleman about a sacred bond. I am asking you to stand beside me for a few hours and look like you really mean it." She reached into her pocket and took out a small leather pouch. It held everything she had saved for 3 long years while working in the healer's hall. "Here is 50 silver pieces. It is all I have." He did not even look at the money. His silver eyes stayed on her face. He studied her features with such strong attention that heat prickled across her skin. "What makes you think I would be convincing?" he asked. Ellara answered honestly. "You are tall. You are clearly not from here. You look exotic and mysterious. You look like the kind of man who does not take orders from anyone. Sebastian always hated feeling smaller than other men. You will drive him mad just by standing there." That almost smile on the stranger's face grew wider. "Sebastian. So your former betrothed has a name. He has many things actually. He has a title, he has a fortune, he has a new wife. He paraded her through the village market last month, just so I would see them." Ellara's jaw became tight. "What he does not have anymore is me. I need him to see that I am not some sad girl, still waiting for him to change his mind." The stranger stayed quiet for a long moment. The noise of the tavern seemed to fade away. The sound of glasses clinking, people laughing roughly, and the fire crackling all became distant. There was only his steady gaze and the loud beating of her heart. Then he stood up. Ellara's breath caught in her throat. He was very tall, taller than she had thought. He rose from the chair like a shadow coming to life. His hood slipped back a little. She saw sharp cheekbones and a strong jaw that looked like it was carved from stone. His dark hair curled slightly at the sides. But it was his whole presence that took the air from her lungs. He carried a heavy power. Every instinct in her body screamed that this man was not prey. And she had just invited him to stand beside her. "Keep your silver," he said. His voice was low and rough, like soft velvet dragged over gravel. "I will do it." Ellara blinked in surprise. "What?" "I will be your fake boyfriend," he said clearly. He stepped closer. She smelled pine, wood smoke, and something wilder and darker. "I will play the part. No payment is necessary." "Why?" The word came out before she could stop it. He tilted his head. His silver eyes gleamed. "Maybe I am bored. Maybe I enjoy making noblemen uncomfortable. Or maybe—" He reached out, and his fingers gently brushed her chin, tilting her face up toward his. The touch was very light, but it sent electricity through her whole body. "Maybe you interest me, little healer." She should have pulled away. She should have asked how he knew she worked in the healing halls when she had never told him. She should have listened to the warning bells ringing loudly in her head. Instead, she whispered, "I do not even know your name." "Kale," he said. Just one word. It felt like a gift, or maybe a trap. "Ellara?" he asked. "I know," he continued. His thumb traced her jawline gently. Something deep in her chest tightened, like a thread being pulled tight. The whole village knows the healer's daughter who was left for a richer bride. They just do not know how brightly she burns when she is angry. Ellara's cheeks turned red. I am not. You are, Cale said. It is magnificent. He let go of her chin, but stayed close. Now, shall we discuss the terms of our arrangement? Why are you really doing this? Ellara asked later as they stood outside the tavern in the moonlight. The weight of what she had agreed to felt like a second skin on her body. Cale tilted his head and studied her with those sharp silver eyes. Does my reason matter if the result helps you? It matters to me, she said. She crossed her arms over her chest. She suddenly felt very exposed. Strangers do not agree to trick noblemen for free. What is your real reason? Something changed in his face. It looked like surprise and maybe respect. You are suspicious. That is good. You should be. He stepped closer. Her heart beat hard against her ribs. But sometimes, little healer, the universe puts people exactly where they need to be. Maybe I walked into that tavern tonight because I was meant to find you. That is not a real answer, she said. No, he agreed softly. It is not. They stood together in the silver moonlight. The sounds of the tavern continued behind them. Normal life went on, while Ellara's world felt like it was spinning. I do not believe in fate, she finally said. Neither did I, Cale whispered, until about 20 minutes ago. She should have asked what he meant. She should have demanded clear answers, but time was running out fast. They had only 30 minutes before Sebastian's carriage would arrive in the village square. Ellara led Cale through the quiet back streets to her family's small cottage. She was very aware of him walking behind her. His footsteps were almost silent. He seemed to blend with the shadows instead of just walking through them. The full moon hung bright above them and cast silver light on the cobblestones. The story, Ellara said as she pushed open the cottage door. We need a big story. How we met, how long we have been together, why no one in the village has seen you before. Cale ducked through the low doorway. Suddenly her small home felt even smaller. He filled the space without even trying. He looked at the dried herbs hanging from the rafters, the old quilt on the narrow bed, and the shelf of healing books she had collected since she was a child. Lies fall apart when they are too complicated. We met when you treated me for an injury 2 months ago. I have been traveling, but I come back whenever I can. Tonight, I arrived early to surprise you. That is actually good, Ellara said. You sound surprised, Cale replied with a small smile. I did not expect a random stranger from a tavern to be so good at making up stories, she admitted. Cale's face showed something for a moment, then it was gone. Everyone has secrets, Ellara. The question is whether those secrets are worth keeping. They needed to look like a real couple. Ellara stood in front of her small mirror and fixed her hair. Her reflection showed a tired woman in an old dress. She did not look like a queen, or even a fine lady. She was just a healer's daughter, who had once believed a nobleman's sweet words. He will watch for any sign that this is fake, she said. Any hesitation, any distance between us. Then we will not give him any, Cale answered. He appeared behind her in the mirror. Ellara's heart jumped. His big hands rested gently on her shoulders. They felt warm through her thin dress. He lowered his head until his lips were close to her ear. Relax, he whispered. The word brushed softly against her skin. You are trembling. I am nervous. I am terrified, she admitted. His hands became gentler. His thumbs made small circles on her shoulders. What did he do to you? He asked softly. The question felt dangerous in a new way. It sounded like he truly wanted to know, like her answer mattered to him. He made me believe I was enough, Ellara said. Her voice cracked a little. For 2 years, he made me think he loved me. We would walk through the orchards near his home. He would pick wildflowers for my hair, and tell me I was more beautiful than any lady at court. His jaw tightened slightly. He said his father would accept it. He said love conquers everything. He promised we would have a little cottage by the river, and children who had my eyes and his strong chin. And then, her voice grew quieter. His father found a match with a rich banking family, a girl with money instead of just a kind face. He did not even tell me himself. I learned about it when the engagement was announced in the town square. I was standing right there in the crowd, Cale. He looked at me, and then looked away, like I was a stranger, like those 2 years meant nothing. The silence between them felt heavy. Then Cale turned her gently to face him. "Look at me," he said. She did. The anger in his silver eyes almost broke her heart. "He was a fool," Cale said with quiet strength. "A blind and arrogant fool, who could not see the treasure standing right in front of him. Tonight, we are going to make him regret it." "You do not even know me," Ellara whispered. "I know enough." His hand pressed against her lower back and drew her closer. "I know you work long hours healing people, and never charge those who cannot pay. I know you gave up your chance to study in the capital, so you could care for your sick mother. I know you had every reason to become bitter, but instead you stayed kind. You walked up to a stranger in a tavern with fire in your eyes and asked for help." His voice became lower. "You deserve better than a coward who threw you away. And I know exactly how to show him what he lost." Ellara breathed quickly. "How do you know all these things? I never told you." "It is a small village," he said. "People talk." But his expression suggested there was more he was not saying yet. "Now we should practice," Cale told her. "Practice?" she asked. "Practice touching, standing close, looking at each other like the rest of the world does not exist." His hand cupped her cheek. That strange, tight feeling grew stronger in her chest. It felt like a string vibrating between them. If she flinched when he touched her, Sebastian would know something was wrong, so Ellara leaned into his touch. Her hands rested on his chest. She breathed in his scent of pine and wildness. In those 30 minutes, she told herself many logical reasons why this was only practice. None of them explained why touching this stranger felt like coming home. The carriage arrived exactly on time, black and shiny in the torchlight. Many people from the village had come to watch. They had heard that Ellara the healer had found a new man. Everyone wanted to see what would happen. Cale kept his strong arm around her waist. It felt solid and protective. "Breathe," he whispered softly near her ear. "I have got you." When Sebastian stepped out, Ellara felt everything inside her tighten, but Cale's presence helped her stand tall. The confrontation happened just as remembered. Words were exchanged. Sebastian looked shocked and jealous. Cale stayed calm and powerful. The crowd watched with wide eyes. Sebastian left angry but defeated. Relief washed over Ellara. Then Cale turned her in his arms. He cupped her face gently. "They are expecting a celebration," he said. "A public claiming. Are you ready?" Before she could answer fully, he kissed her. The kiss was deep and real. The whole world seemed to disappear. A warm golden feeling bloomed in her chest like a bright thread connecting them. When they pulled apart, Ellara was shaking for happy reasons now. He was Cale Thornwood, the Alpha King of the Northern Realm. The mate bond between them was real. He had known from the start but needed to be sure. Ellara felt shocked and overwhelmed. They talked openly under the eyes of the villagers. She worried about their different worlds, but Cale reassured her with kind and strong words. The bond did not care about titles or money. It cared about souls. 3 months later, they had a beautiful royal wedding. Ellara wore a special silver dress decorated with healing herbs. Her mother was healthy and happy. Cale was loving and devoted. They promised to face the future together. Here is something important to learn. Sometimes in life, when we feel desperate and afraid, we take brave steps, even if they feel scary. Being honest about our problems, like Ellara asking for help, can open unexpected doors. True strength is not about having money or power. It is about having courage, kindness, and a good heart. Love and good things can come when we least expect them. Always remember to be kind to others and to yourself. Never be afraid to stand up for your family and your happiness. Good choices and a brave spirit can change your whole life for the better, just like in this tale. Thank you so much for watching this story. Please like this video, leave a comment, share it with your friends, and kindly subscribe to the channel. The channel posts new videos like this every day. Thank you, and see you on the next video.